Okay, so how many of you guys have ever been told by a buddy, hey, let me borrow $5 and I'll get you back on Thursday? Or been promised something when you were really little, like, oh, if you're quiet, I'll get you this candy, like next time we go to the store, and it never happens, right? Well, the quote by Goldwyn is, a verbal contract isn't worth the paper it's written on. Meaning that if you have a verbal agreement, don't really trust it, because then somebody can be like, oh, that never happened. There's been countless times in my life where my buddies, I don't know, guys are different. Like we'll say anything to get what we want in a way. So I've had buddies been like, oh yeah, shake on it, and then we shake on it, and then I get what I want, and I'll just be like, oh, whatever, you know. So my interpretation of it is, be careful of the people you trust, and even the people that you think are good friends of yours could end up basically doing what they want to get what they want, if that makes sense. So that was a quote by Goldwyn.
Is that how that works? She still gets 5 minutes. We've got, let's go, get in. That'd be more impressive if she gave me 5 minutes. Something like that, there's
The probe?
Yeah. Always do kids.
I know, like everything is left. Just have like everything you want to say. It just like, as I was going, like it just all started to fade and slip.
All right, Jacob, I like the attention device that you have at the beginning. You've got a good rhetorical question and kind of an example that you're talking about. I think that you've got a good transition to the topic, and you develop a pretty good thesis statement. There's no preview of what's going on. You've got only the personal example that is so abstract at the beginning that it doesn't seem to go anywhere when it's, when you're developing it. I think there's an idea there. I think there's a point that you're trying to make, but without any story to go along with it, it's kind of hard to pick out. And then you stop. It seems like you just basically had a great introduction. I just thought, okay, he's nailing this. He's got this. Now, what, how's this going to apply? What's he going to say? What categories is he going to think about, talk about, and then you're done.
I had a bunch of ideas, and then it's all like left.
Well, what's going to happen is what's typical. You're going to give a great speech in the car on the way home. You're going to say, "Oh, I was going to say that. I should have said that. Oh, that would have been a good story to tell. Here's this kind of thing." And that happens. Sometimes. I think you had a good idea, and once again, I think the thing that probably would help you most, and this applies to everybody, is if you can lock onto a structure, you can always come back to that structure. That's it. How is this true at work? How is this true with my friendship? How is it true with my girlfriend? How is it true? Nationally with politics. How is it true in a personal relationship? Something like that. If you can get yourself a structure, you can always come back to that, think of something else to say, and then at least even if you don't have a lot to say on those points, at least you tried, and then you make an exit, and it sounds like an exit. Like I said, it just sounded like you were getting started, and boom, it was done. And so not much opportunity to evaluate a lot of things. Your voice, I thought you started off pretty well. I think maybe your energy level is fine. Your gestures, you're not really much opportunity to evaluate them. You kind of do this scratching thing where you were, that's an anxious thing. Instead of being engaged, it just seems like it's a little bit defensive. You have a limited opportunity to engage the audience. You do look up for the most part, and you do seem like you were looking out at people. I wouldn't say that you were just scanning them, but I don't know that you were really engaging them, and part of that is because you didn't really get much into the topic, and you're done very quickly. It's just over a minute, basically.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.